Hello, everybody. So, welcome for another episode of Your Voice here with the Tucson Hispanic Chamber. So, I am super grateful today and excited to have Laura Oldecker, program manager for and owner of the Academy of Caregiving Excellence. So, thank you and welcome for being here with us today.
Thank you, Paul. I'm so excited to, first of all, thank you for inviting me. I'm so excited to be here with you with all of you watching. I've been watching the videos that you're doing with other business owners. Thank you for doing this because especially during this critical time, we need the information and the knowledge that you're sharing. So I really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day. I know everybody is like crazy trying to adapt with everything that's going on right now. So I really appreciate you taking this opportunity to talk to us. So please tell us a little bit about your business.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the opportunity. As I said, or actually as you said, I founded Academy for Caregiving Excellence back in 2015. And this really came as a result of, I had another company called By Your Side Senior Care, which I sold in 2018. But I hired caregivers in CNA to provide care to older adults in their home under By Your Side. And I was really struggling to find the right talent, the right individuals, because there's shortages of healthcare workers, especially now, right? And so I decided in 2015 to start training my own people. So I was trying to hire people for their heart and then teach them the skills. It worked really well, so we decided to open it to the public, open our training program to the public. So what the Academy does is we train and certify caregivers to work with older adults, as well as nursing assistants that work in a hospital setting or that work in skilled nursing facilities. So we train essential healthcare frontline workers, and a lot of the students that are graduating from our program go straight into the hospitals to work with COVID patients. I know it's a little scary, but they're the heroes, man. They're the heroes now.
No, I mean that's incredible, and I mean what a service that you're providing to the community, just not for the workers, but entitled for the community. So I mean, it just definitely goes into like how is your business being affected by COVID-19, especially right now with everything you're doing, like with the training, the development of those staff members are gonna need to go into, I mean, take care of others. So how it's been affected?
Ooh, so quite a bit actually. Thank you for asking that because it gives me like the opportunity to get a little bit on my soapbox. And I think that by sharing, the struggles of being an entrepreneur and a business owner, and sharing the fact that the struggles are real, but at the same time that you can work through all of these struggles and all of these problems. So the COVID-19 has really, the current crisis has affected our industry quite a bit. Number one, the healthcare industry, desperate hospitals, places that provide care desperately need healthcare workers. And so there was already a critical shortage in all the United States. In fact, there's a shortage of 2 million healthcare workers, just caregivers and CNAs currently in the US, and this is pre-COVID. This is before all of this started to happen. Now, I don't know the actual figure, but I can imagine that it has multiplied, tremendously. And I'm sure that it's increased tremendously. So huge shortage of healthcare workers. And so with that being said, there's need for more and more training. However, the state of Arizona requires that we train. So regulation requires that we train in person. So that was like hurdle number one that we had to jump through, right? Like we cannot gather all of these students, 20 students in one classroom because, obviously, social distancing. So we advocated tremendously. I mean, I had so much help from elected individuals. I want to mention a few. Juan Ciscomani from the governor's office was amazing at helping me advocate and really passing the word to Governor Ducey. Then I had several state representatives that supported, our advocacy and our advocacy efforts. Daniel Hernandez, Andres Cano, several individuals that helped us to make possible for Governor Ducey to sign an executive order that said, okay, you can take these trainings online. So that was a big win, right? So now we can offer the trainings online, at least during the state of emergency. And then, but we, that's all fine and dandy if it stayed that way. However, more and more executive offers, as everything changes every day. Another executive order came a week later that said, okay, so now individuals don't really need to be trained. They could be trained on the job. So they don't need to take a training program for 6 months. So, and that does help to address the problem, the issue of shortages, but it also poses a risk to public safety to have individuals without the proper training go work with patients. So that's something that is being worked through. So that was a big challenge for me. Basically, overnight, my program became obsolete, right? If I would have let it become obsolete. So our team and I quickly, I was just sharing with you right before we started, the recording the program, that overnight I lost $130,000 in business just because of these 2 executive orders. That was really, really painful.
Yeah.
And so, you deal. You look at your problems. I went home that day. Oh, and then that day I also heard the news that the money for the PPP had been depleted, right? So
Yes.
That was a rough day. I went home. My family knew I was really stressed out. I'd been working day and night, and so they just said, "Oh, she needs a moment to relax." So they left me alone. I rested. The next morning, I was ready to tackle the world and look at ways to pivot. And so, in response to those executive orders and really the need for trained healthcare individuals, we decided to offer our caregiver program and give like a 75% discount. So we marked it down to only 25%, just to our cost, really. So we went from $730 fee to $249 special during the crisis, so that we could train as many people as we possibly can, get them employed immediately to decrease the number in unemployed individuals. So it's just been like every day you got to think of something new. We've taken all of our courses online, which is really cool. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. And so we feel good about it. So you have to look at all of the obstacles that you have, and how do you, if you're not able to jump through them or jump over them, go around them and pivot. Or, like maybe you take a little turn, and instead of going straight, you go a little bit to the right, you take the 10-degree turn. You might still get there, right? Or get to a different place that you never imagined before. So that's kind of what it's been. It's been a learning experience for us, and I'm grateful for it.
No, I think you just hit on an extremely important point. On yes, you had those moments where you're like, oh my God, the world's crashing down. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You're on the way, but
I definitely had the Chicken Little moment.
Yeah.
The sky's falling. Yeah.
No, and you definitely have to pivot, and like you said, see the opportunities on what. And then I think that's the key, and I think that's a message that we're trying to relate to everybody. Yes, there are tough times, and they will continue. But if we change our mentality and the way we approach them, we can definitely adapt and move forward in different ways to be able to do business. So, thank you for sharing that story. And just your numbers and how you were able that you were like, I give up. On the contrary, you're like, okay, I wanted to do this. Let's do it and see like where it was going to take us. And what is the new route? Absolutely.
And really what we have seen after having done that is that we really have been blessed. The sales are coming in, and they're just like, ching, 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 because, we said, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do it for the community. We want to stay relevant. We want to help. And in the process, you're going to receive as well. So yeah, maybe I have to make 3 sales to make what I was making with 1 sale, but you just make it work.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. So that is incredible. And then anything, I know everybody keeps asking us about questions around loan applications, the process. Had you had any complications around when you had to apply for the PP program or the IDLE program? Any suggestions for anybody that's watching right now? Anything that you would like to recommend for them to do, or any good news that you actually have to share?
Yeah, so thank you for asking. Yes, I do have good news. So I want to start by saying, as soon as the idle opportunity came up, I applied, and didn't hear anything. What was that? The 3rd of April? Is that
Yes.
when it opened? I applied and then just radio silence, right? Didn't hear anything. And just a couple of days ago, I looked at my bank account and bam, that money had been deposited. So yeah, so that's like great news. Helping me with payroll, which is really good, right? That's what it's supposed to like, is
Yeah.
what it's intended for. So that was really exciting. I have heard from other business owners who also received, the advance. I don't know if it's an advance or it's a grant. However it is, thank you SBA for,
That's great.
given to the small businesses. So that's one piece of good news. We did apply for the PPP, and I have to be honest, I did not apply on the date that it opened. I waited a few days, probably 4, 5 days to apply. I didn't have everything ready,
Hmm.
which I was so upset that, like having been in business for so long, I got busy and I didn't have like all of my like P&Ls in order, so I still had to finish out, my financials for the year. So I'm like, so that's what held me up, and I was so mad at myself because I'm like, I should have been ready, but what are you gonna do? We did not get in on the first round, unfortunately. Everything is in and ready to be submitted with, with as soon as the second round opens. Or I don't know, it may have already been submitted, but we just didn't get an approval,
Correct.
right? So I did apply with 2 different lenders, and that was the recommendation that I got from several different outlets, from the U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, from different outlets that we follow and you and I, get recommendations from. So I did apply with 2. One of them was not my credit union. They just, I feel like they were a little bit behind, just like many other banks,
Yeah.
because they didn't have all the information. So I'm waiting to see if, we get pushed through. Everything's been submitted, so my fingers are crossed. But, I just want to say, don't get discouraged, even if you, don't have everything together, apply right now, hire, a bookkeeper. It's an expense that, number one, as a business owner, you have to do anyway. If there's anything I can tell you that I want you to leave today's video is, get your financials straight. Like, do not do business without the proper financials. It's so important to know where you are and how where you are is going to take you to where you want to be. Even if you're small, even if you're a micro entrepreneur, micro business, a small business, it's easier to do your financials if you're small.
Absolutely.
It's not that expensive, really, to hire a CPA, to hire a bookkeeper if you're not good with financials. And as an entrepreneur, let me just tell you, you don't have to know everything. You don't have to know how to do everything. Surround yourself with people that are really good at what you're really bad at.
Absolutely. I mean, I couldn't put it in better words. It's definitely, and unfortunately, we see that happening right now, right? I think what this is going to force us is anybody that is an entrepreneur, a business, or a business owner is really identify what our opportunity is and delegate that to somebody else and actually do things right since from the beginning. So if something like this would happen again, we're already set for success or be better prepared to be able to overcome any type of difficulties like this.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna make you a stronger business owner. It's gonna make you a stronger entrepreneur. You know, what is the silver lining? Instead of, you know, like you said, Paul, instead of looking at, you know, the sky falling, you know, look at what opportunities there are for you. How are you gonna learn and grow as a business owner from this? And one thing that I wanna leave you guys with is I learned actually just a few years ago that when you run your own business, you own 100% responsibility. What does that mean? You can't blame others.
Yeah.
It is your responsibility. This is your baby. And learn, surround yourself with people that can help you. There's so many resources out there. There's no reason why a business should fail.
Absolutely.
Especially a Hispanic business.
Completely agree. So I think that's a token, a cherry on top for this conversation today. So thank you. Anything you'd like to share with everybody that is watching about your programs, how they can get in contact with you, your website?
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity to chat with you today and to chat with all of you watching. I feel your vibes. I feel your pain. I'm feeling the pain as well from my own business. If you know anybody who has been, you know, furloughed or doesn't have a job and they want to enter the healthcare field and want to be a hero in an essential frontline healthcare worker, call me, visit our website. Our website is academyforcaregiving.com, and our phone number is 338-4402, area code 520, Academy for Caregiving Excellence. Our programs are as low as $249. It's a Ganga deal, in fact, actually, we're the only caregiving program that's opened in Southern Arizona right now. We have it online. We can get you connected with financial assistance. There's so many grants out there. If you want to become a nursing assistant, Pima County has lots of funds to help you achieve your career. And if healthcare is not your thing, go to Pima One Stop, ArizonaAtWork.com, and apply for training assistance, and they can get you connected with the right funds.
No, that's awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I wish you to be safe, health for you and your family, and everybody. What a great opportunity right here. So another a door closes and another opens. So thank you so much, Laura, for your time. I really appreciate it.
Gracias, Paul. Sending you a big hug.
Thank you. Same here. Be well.
You as well. Bye.
Bye.